Hey, it's your girl Bonita Jalane, and I'm chilling with Black to the Basics, and I love you like an old pair of shoes. Go down a little retro, viral's out right now. Black to the Basics. Let's go.
Yeah. The People Podcast. I'm on it here to make you think and take them black to the basics. No gimmicks needed. Our melanin was designed for this greatness. Power was created, the most high, assigned to the favorites. We win as a nation, it's mutual. Young black man, you enough. Ladies, you beautiful. Don't let them tell you different. Your energy can't be shifted. Created, nor destroyed. That's a scientific fact, so opinions is all forward. This is higher learning, higher conscious awareness of self. This that undisputed, undefeated, and in the belt. This your grandma cooking on Sunday morning. Don't touch the fridge. God is good all the time and all the time, yeah, you did. This is music for the mind. Lyrics to touch your soul. Melody for high frequencies.
Yes, sir. We are back once again with another episode of Black to the Basics, a.k.a. the People's Podcast. I am your host and one half, Mr. 52 the Boss, here with my man.
It's your boy Jared checking in, man. What's going on, people?
Yes, sir. Kinfolk, we are back once again with another very special episode today.
Familiar face.
Yes.
You know, if you've been following for some years now, you should recognize this face already. But
A returning guest.
Absolutely.
So for those in video world, when you check us out on YouTube, we have a very special guest who came to us at the beginning. In 2020, during the pandemic, we was in our first or second season.
Wow.
Now we're in season 7.
Yes.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, season 7. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you none other than Miss Bonita Jalane.
Appreciate it. Let's get it. Welcome back.
What's good, Bo?
Thank you for having me. It's crazy. I said season 7. I was born on the 7th day, so 7 is like my favorite number.
Okay.
No, I was born in the 7th month. Third day. 7-3. Let's clarify.
You a July baby?
Yeah, I'm a July baby.
I'm 21st July.
Okay, so
yeah.
7 is a absolutely amazing number. Yes.
I got you. What's going on?
Life, you
Life.
know, just out here.
Came back, locked up. She wasn't locked.
Winging it.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't locked up.
It wasn't.
Joined the lock community.
Yes, the healing community. Just coming into myself, learning who I am, and realizing that I'm not my hair. I've always had hair, and I was like, you know what? For years I said I wasn't gonna get locked up,
right.
and during the pandemic, kept getting braids, twists. I think I would let my hair out like in February for Black History Month.
Right.
And it was just so much. I was like, you know what? Let me try it. And they was trying to say it wasn't versatile, but I was like, and then being an artist, they try to say you always got to have like different looks, put you in a box. Yeah. And I was just like, no, I don't care. Like, you're going to take me for how I am when I want to be it. And when I decided, it took me 2 years. I researched it, studied it, prayed on it, and then made the decision. It was the best decision I ever made. I should have been did it.
Shout out to all those lock folks. Team
Locks
Team Locks
all day.
Club, real.
Hey,
I said that.
Your wife is in it though.
She same thing during the pandemic. She same scenario. Like, hey, she got tired. She just let it go and she loves it. So I mean, I love the look. So yeah, shout out to the dreadlock community, but I can't do it. So.
It's
just locks.
Take
it's
the
locks.
dreads out.
It's locks.
It's not dreads.
I'm gonna help you right now.
It's a beautiful
man.
thing.
We are excited to have you, Bo, to have you back as a returning guest, our
Absolutely.
first guest to come back
What?
and kind of check on us. It's been a lot going on with you, a lot happening, a lot that has happened in 2.5 years. So we're so excited to have you, but you're an artist. We can't get you on here cold. We gotta warm you up a little bit.
Yeah,
So it's time for our rapid fire. You ready?
All right, let's go. Let's go.
First thing that comes to mind. So last time you were on here,
Okay.
we asked you, who would a versus you would like to see, right? But
Okay.
we're gonna flip it.
Okay.
If you had to face off in a versus, who would you face off against, Bo?
Ooh,
Tell the kinfolk. Talk to him.
that's a good one. I don't know. It's so many different artists. Okay. At this point in my life, I mean, I have records that no one's heard.
Okay.
But I've like albums on albums, and I think that I could go toe to toe. Let's say Ari Lennox. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's do
Talk
it.
that
Listen,
talk.
we on the same.
Talk
Let's
that
go.
talk.
Let's get it.
And all it takes is space and opportunity, baby. Just let that door open, and I'm right there. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
get
So
it.
let's
Let's
go.
get it.
Yeah.
So I got one for you. So other than singing, is there something that the people don't know about Bonita Jalane? Any talents other than
oh, so many. Anything I touch is gold. Like, let's go. No, I paint. So that is something that I've done. I've been doing painting since forever. But I need to get back to it because I'm gonna say like I took off about a year now. I haven't been painting. And so when I'm in a different place, it's stress reliever. It's just like when I start putting paint to the canvas, I'll do acrylic. It just takes me to a whole nother world creatively as well. And so some stuff gonna be coming with that where I'm gonna combine it, something that's never been done before. So that's something you might not know is that I paint.
I definitely know
that. I knew. I've seen some of the streams where you doing some live painting, some of the big ones, but who's here to judge?
You know a little something more, a little bit more.
I got another one for you. What are some pregame rituals you do before you hit the stage or the day of a show? So
that's a good one.
Some artists be like, I don't want my starburst to touch X, Y, and Z.
Blue M&Ms.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta have this. What's your go-to?
Man, I'm the most down to earth, and not even trying to be. You know how some people say, "Oh, I'm down to earth," but they forcing it. No, I'm the most down to earth and chill person that you ever gonna meet. That's super talented. That's like you get to meet someone who has a superpower and just like you. You know what I'm saying? So my ritual is just praying. I make sure that I pray. I make sure I try to have my mental clear, be at peace with it or whatever before I hit the stage. I'm big on candles. Like candles, I love candles, all different kinds of scents and different stuff like that. So vanilla, jasmine, eucalyptus, like what's it? Eucalyptus. Okay. Listen, I'll mess up a word in a second, okay? So I love candles, so that's my biggest thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's Earth's favorite thing. He take long baths.
I like those too. Yeah.
So this is the last one, man. So I don't know sure if you saw this movie, Hustle and Flow.
Yes.
But Terrence Howard had a mode right before he got created. So do you have a mode when you get ready to start writing, or when you get in that space, like
a mode? What you mean?
Like you hear something. Like I know for him, he was saying he heard like Otis Reddy or MJ and 8-Ball before he started writing the moves. I'm like, what does that look like when you about to get in the zone before you start writing, or do it just come?
That's all. That's every different. It depends on the situation because I'm an artist that taps into creativity from life. So it's my experiences 100% first, but then it also could be someone who told me a story, and I remember I'm a storyteller, I'm a lyricist. So ever since I was little, I used to write stories. I would play my Barbies and have whole movies going on. So my mode is just mentally trying to see where I'm at in that place and what I want to talk about. And if I have the idea, like I have an idea of what I want to write, it automatically will start to come to me. So the mode, I guess it will be just visualizing what I want to portray, like what I want to feel. I want to actually, what I'm having in my head, I want to put that on whatever I bring to the world.
Just get to it.
And I just get
to it. Allowing yourself that freedom to be free.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Free to create in
just
any
free
aspect.
To create and not put myself in a box, because like a lot of artists has to be a chorus,
got to be a beat.
And the years that I've been doing this, I realized that no, I just want to be free. I'm a flower child when it comes down to that. Don't tell me about how many bars it's got to be. If I want it to be this is going to be. So it's just
if I got 8 bars, you're going to get these 8 bars.
Exactly. Fix it. Yes. Let's figure it out. But, it always winds up, being some kind of construct to it. But at the end of the day, I just want to be creative and freestyle and just not put myself in a box.
Let it flow.
Let it flow.
I like that.
Hey, I think you warmed up now, bro.
Yeah.
I think you ready.
Yeah, let's go.
So, like I said, you came on this show. I remember the exact date, November the 17th, 2020.
Yeah.
Right. We were in our second season, just kind of figuring out the podcasting thing, and you had a lot going on then. Retro was popping. You were starting the merch line for it. But now we're in 2023. Yeah. So much has happened. Wow. I'm just going to list. I know there's many more accomplishments you had, but just some of the ones, some of the highlights that I pulled out. Retro played on 107.5 with Big Ray.
Yes.
Also shouted you out on there. You had the interview on Bevelations with Bev.
Yes,
Serious. All right. You did the drive-in concerts, which was amazing.
Yes.
Right? You had the Back to Life, Back to Reality Festival.
Yep.
With Silk,
Vito, Drew Hill. Yep.
Yeah, okay. The cover of Sheen magazine.
Yeah, I wasn't my name was on the cover. Okay. My picture wasn't there yet, but I was in there. I had my own. I had my own page.
You was there.
All right, let's go.
You was there.
I was on multiple pages. Let's go.
One of my favorites was you sang Mary J. I'm Going Down
in the
Millennium Tour in the audience, like past the mic type thing, and That was amazing.
And I think, don't quote me on it, I think that night at least was like 30,000 or more people in the building. Yeah. I remember they had gave me the number. I wrote it down somewhere, but it was a lot of people in the building. And that was just, but you know, God doesn't make no mistakes. So that wasn't happenstance. It was supposed to be exactly, because I was supposed to go to the Atlanta show. While I'm not being able to go to the Atlanta show. Then went to go visit my father who was in the hospital. Then found out I had tickets to the South Carolina show. Went there, had floor seats. My shout out to Sammy, made sure that I had tickets. The tickets that he gave me wasn't even the seat I was sitting in. Wound up getting floor seats. Wound up seeing somebody that grew up with me on the choir, and he literally was like, come with me. I didn't know where I was going. And then they just passed me the mic, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
Look, God don't make no
mistake. Oh, yeah. and she was ready. Shut the house down. Ladies was going crazy.
I got followers to this day from that, so shout out to them.
Yeah, and then also another dope one here. If you live in Atlanta, you know about 11 Alive.
Yes.
You got to perform.
Recently, last year. Yeah.
So, Bo, talk to us about this 2.5 year span from the last time you on here till now. Like, how has that been for you?
Growth. And I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of artists can say, like, you know, and I'm going to give this advice to any artist, independent artist or artist signed. Like, we are our biggest critics, and sometimes we beat ourselves up like, oh, I'm not in a place where I want to be or where I want to be. But as you can see, like, hearing it down a list is like, oh, shoot, I did that. You know, so to understand, like, you got to take I'm big on taking every win as a win. Small. I mean, it's even as small as somebody saying they found me from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, even though they found me a certain way, I'm their new favorite artist. Like, you know, that's big to me. I don't care if it was 3 people that said that. That's 3 more people who are checking and invested in me. So, yeah. So all of that to say, this is just the beginning. If that was that in those 2 years, what's
that's
next?
what I'm saying. Like, and that's not even everything. That's just some of the highlights. There were even more shows that I saw. And I want to even kind of talk about that, because in 2020, we know we were in a pandemic, right? Yeah. World was shut down. Atlanta was crazy. You can drive places for, you know, you can drive wherever you wanted to go. No traffic.
Yeah.
You were good, right?
It was lit. It was lit.
But during this time, you were still working. You were still making things happen. How were you able to maintain your artistry throughout that when a lot of people?
It was so hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was conflicted a lot. You had plenty of time to think and be in your head. You could either let that bring you down, or you can get closer to your spirituality. You can get closer to God. You can get closer to yourself. And so in that time, like, I started my locks. In that time, I also decided, like, you know, everybody wants fame, right? Yeah. I decided I don't really care about the fame. I'm okay with being Bonita Jalane. I'm okay with being Bo. And so I think that's when it started to hit to me. Whatever God has for me, I'm okay with it. Just long as my mission, when I leave here, I want somebody to say, like, wow, she touched me in this way, or she helped me in this way, she healed me in this way. So within that time, God already told me that I was going to be healing to some people. He already told me my voice was going to be healing, but I didn't know how. I didn't know what. I just thought I was going to continue to do my little deep-to-deep, you know, and think that wasn't it. But he had a, you know, bigger plan that was way bigger than me, and it's just getting started on. And I always say first, like, use me. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm a preacher, because I'm not. Just use me for whatever message that's supposed to be sent out there. So if I can just save, or I could just touch, or I could help one little girl, I could help one queen, I could help one woman, that's my biggest thing. Right. And so that's where I'm at with it right now. So within that time, I've almost wanted to give up on the music, because, you know, when you become enlightened, like, you know, as you say, you're like, I'm bigger than that. Whatever, you know. I even stopped, like, wearing my nails. I was just like, you know, natural, not even putting polish on. You know, I still, you know, like my sneakers and different stuff like that. But I was at a thing where I don't really care. Yeah. You know, I'm just happy to be here. But within that time, I started realizing, like, no, this is, every time I said I was going to give up, he opened another door. I was like, okay, so maybe this is for me. Purpose, right. Yeah, it's a purpose that's bigger than just the music, you know?
So let me ask you this, you know, being that I've gathered from you, like, you are one with the spirit, the environment. How did you draw inspiration to even create music during the pandemic when it felt like the world just stopped? Yeah. So much negativity going on. Where did you find the inspiration to keep making music and keep inspiring others?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was used to, like, I have songs that I have never put out, or that I've wanted to put out, or I've started and didn't finish. And during the pandemic, that's a 2-year span. I honestly would say I probably wrote like 5-6 songs, and that's not normal for me. I'm looking at 10, 20, you know what I'm saying, like back to back. And so that time it was more of a get up and push myself to get up and go. And what am I writing about? Like, am I trying to write what everybody got going on right now? Am I trying to keep up with the artists that's coming out with me, like the Najas, the Irelands? Am I trying to keep up with them? No. And so that's when I just started to revamp, and it was a testimony. It was kind of like, that's when I came out with Unfollow. It was a song that I did, and it was another artist. And I was like, I used to do it for the love, but like now I'm doing it for the hearts, the likes, and social media. And then I was like, I don't want to do it that anymore. I want to get back to the music. And that's when I was like, you know what? It wasn't until they called me when I was at the point where I was like, and they called me, was like, Retro gonna be playing on the radio. Mind you, Retro had came out a year before it came out on the radio.
Yeah, we had it on the show, people.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
Just saying. But
exactly. And so it played on 2021 and 2022. And I was just like, at that point, I had just dropped Unfollow. It was like I got out of the woe is me point of my life. And I was like, let me shake myself off. And that's when I put out Unfollow. Okay. The week that I was putting out Unfollow, I got called and said Retro was going to be on the radio. And so I was like, okay, God, I see you. I see universe. You see, like, move. Start doing what you're supposed to do. And the same situation with this, I started working on my live recording. 2 years in the making, I said I was going to do a live recording. And I kept pushing it back. I kept saying, I wanted this budget, waiting on this person to help me with this. And then I was like, I'm tired of waiting. Yeah. I'm doing it.
Time to make a move.
Let's make it happen. Right.
And so once again, when I decided, and at this point I was like, I'm putting foot on neck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my 30s. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, foot on neck. I said, this is the time to do it. I sacrifice love. I sacrifice relationships. I sacrifice all of that for music. Now I'm just going to go all in. Mm-hmm. And when I started doing that, that's when doors just started opening with that too. Yeah. That's
what's up, man. Is there anything that you wish you could have done differently regarding your career during the pandemic? If it was something you could change?
It's so funny because I used to laugh and be like, I was doing TikTok before anybody was doing TikTok. Right. I was doing all TikTok dancing, everybody popping. And no, because God don't make no mistakes. Like, he's the director, and he directs everything. And so it wasn't supposed to be nothing done differently, because I will beat myself up 100,000 times. So maybe I would have. We do it all the time. If I would have did it this way,
maybe I need to tweak it a little bit more. Nah, it's not ready. No, and people are like, just put it out. We want to hear it. We want to see it. Let's show it.
And all I want us to do is just put the work in. And so when I stopped doing that and started to put the work in, he gonna do what it's gonna do. Yeah. And so, it wasn't, that's the only thing I was like, well, maybe I should have been on TikTok more. But no, it took me not being on TikTok. And then now I'm all over TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And I definitely wanted to, I can't go further without at least talking about, life as an independent artist for you. And I really want to ask you this because if you've been in the game a while, nearly 20 years, right? And you remember before when people were trying to get on as an artist, it's like they sit outside of music execs and wait in the elevator, and you trying to catch them in a coffee shop, or you following people trying to get your demo checked. And then now, do you feel like the perspective has changed as far as on independent? Because before it was like no one wanted to do independent. It was all like you got to get signed. That was the only way people kind of respected. But now it seems more artists is like everybody like, I'm independent.
Right. Now everybody want to be independent.
Right. And so do you feel like
you
that
ain't self nothing.
Right. But do you feel like that perspective has kind of changed?
100%.
Before, like I said, people used to be, handing demo. I got demos just because my company name is J-Woo's Entertainment.
Right.
I'm like, I don't do music, but I don't know where to put this.
Man, I'm still getting demos. No, I don't know.
Right. So what's like? How you feel like that perspective though has really changed about independent artists? Because it almost seemed like it was kind of shunned upon. Like,
it was 100%. But let me tell you how. I'm just saying, I laugh about it now, how things change. It was, I've been around a lot of artists, like you said, and some of them my friends signed were like had big budgets, and I'm over here, my little independent. And don't get me wrong, I've had label deals, I've had people come with certain things, and it never ever panned out. And I used to always beat myself up, but like, what's the matter with me? Why am I not as talented, or why this won't stick? But it was never made. Like, I got them same people that was signed with these big budgets coming asking me questions on how I did certain things, on how I'm this place and that place, and I'm like, what? Like
I do the work.
Exactly. And so I laugh about it now because I'm just like, I'm in the right place. I'm in the place that I was supposed to be a long time ago. Only thing that I could say that I wish I would have did harder, just going harder. Like, because I would shun myself. Like, I feel like I should have had this, or I should have had this budget. And now I'm like, listen, I worked. I'm gonna put my money. I'm investing in myself, and that's the only thing I could say that couldn't be a regret a little bit, is just not believing in myself enough to just continue with the independence and be okay. Like, I don't care if y'all have that. This is what I have. And that, when I say that, I mean, like, I should have set up my own tour. I should have, did more stuff like that. But I think I did a good job, for what I have for right now.
Let's just be real. Look at what you've done.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, we just reeled off. That's not even all of
right.
the
That's not
content,
even close.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to check out the first episode that she was on, think about all the things that you're starting and what you've done. So
we got to give ourselves grace.
Right. Yeah. As an artist, we're super critical on ourselves.
Yeah.
And we always have this idea of we're chasing perfection of it has to be perfect. It doesn't exist, and we never can obtain it. And I had to learn that myself as an artist, because if you were able to obtain, perfection, you would never have anything to work on. So I always have to tell myself, like, let me just put it out. Like,
and that's what I love about this journey.
Right. And so you've done a lot, but it's something I want to go back to something you said about a lot of people now. I'm independent. I'm self-made. I got this and that. Like, take us through what your definition of being an independent artist, because right now, as somebody who's don't understand the music game, I'm confused. Like, what means independent now? Because I got people who got signed and then they doing their side things, and you got people that kind of doing it. Like, take us through what really that means.
I really don't. I feel like everybody has their own definition of it,
I know. We want to go yours.
So my definition of it.
Right. This is the bold.
This is the bold to the basics. Okay.
Yeah.
So my definition is, I don't have management. I do this all on my own. I have a great team of people that help me, different people that help me within the journey. Like, y'all even a part of my team, y'all don't even know. Like, anybody that supports you are part of the team when it comes down to an independent artist. Especially if you can call them and be like, you got a connection to this person. Can you connect me? I've been connecting people in this industry for a long time. So what I can say is, independent artists, I can choose when my single is gonna come out. I can choose my artwork. I'm choosing when I decide. It's a gift and a curse. I choose. I'm up at night writing out the lyrics and pressing the space button and the enter button to make sure it's lined up. I'm the person that's decided, okay, well, the marketing, like setting up when it's gonna go out on all the social media platforms and setting the timing. That's me doing that. That's me reaching out and writing out my own bio and having my assistant look at it and edit it and putting it out myself. That's me on my website. I'm very techie, don't get me wrong. Yes, I worked at Verizon Wireless. Yes, I did IT, but I do not know anything about setting up websites and coding and stuff like that, but that's me coding and making sure that my SoundCloud and my iTunes and my Spotify and my all of that is connected to my website. That's me setting up my makeup artist to make sure that my next photo shoot, that my makeup is done correctly and all of that stuff. So that is my definition of an independent artist. Until you get a place where you can have extra people on the team, like, I'm grateful. Shout out to my publicist now. You know what I'm saying? These things that you have, Angela McCoy in the building. When you can start having that, where you can connect the dots. But at the end of the day, an independent artist is like, you're the boss, you're the artist. Like, even at my live recording, it becomes stressful, but it's a feeling of it's a nostalgic feeling too. It's a high that nobody can compare, because at the end of the day, when something comes, whether it's a piece of crap or not, you did it yourself, and you can say nobody can take credit for it.
1,000 people.
1,000 people come.
That feeling is unmatched.
Unmatched, and that what an independent artist is. I think that's the definition of just being able to independent. Like, if nobody else want to help you, you're going to get it done. That is what an independent artist is. If nobody else gonna put on, like, my live recording, it was so funny because the day of, I had a team of 10 helping me. My mom came down, cousins came down, friends came down, and I did all the work up until that day. And even that day, I asked everybody, please, 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 on this day, can I just be Bonita Jalane? Can I just be an artist? And they did, but I still had to be the other half. With little things, you know, like, oh, your shirt is here. But while I'm getting my makeup done. But at the end, like, it was amazing to have that that help and that support once that day. But as an independent artist, everything leading up to like the venue, venue, like making sure that sound check with your band, rehearsals for your band,
call times,
call times for your band, making sure you have rehearsals with your background singers and the band, making sure you have wardrobe sitting with your stylist if you are blessed to have a stylist. And at that point, I had a stylist at one point, and then I styled myself. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is a part of being an independent artist. So yeah, I can say that when and it's almost there where I could just relax and be Bonita Jalane. I'm gonna be so grateful for all of this that I've learned on the past. So now you can check back to someone who's not doing their job because I'm like, I know for a fact,
right?
Because I did it.
No,
so if it's not coming out the way I want, it's because you ain't doing your job. Because either you're not investing in it or you just don't care. But if you can't do it just as hard as I did because I did it, then I don't want you a part of my team.
Nah, you gotta be ready.
And it sounds like, you know, for me, like, you know, of course I'm not an artist, you know what I'm saying, but by you doing it on your own, you have a different love and respect for it. So you can't just let somebody come into the game and just, you know, you just take it personally because you put in the work, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I know him, like, you know, I've helped him doing his events.
You know, it's a different animal.
I know I got to come to one of those. I can't, like, please let me know.
Different side. And it made me appreciate, okay, cool, when you're doing something that you're passionate about, not because you feel like you're doing it, it's a different level of appreciation and respect. And I can hear that up and down your voice right now, just like, hey, I did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. This is my work.
And it's not even on no, like, it's not even on no narcissistic, like, oh, this is me. Rah, rah. No, it's more on some, like, it's a gift and it's a blessing. You know, but some people, it could be, you know, they can take it. But it's a gift and a curse. It is times where I do want to be like, can somebody else help me with this? You know, so when I do get somebody, they be like, Bonita, why are you so happy? I'll be so grateful. I'm like, what do you want? Okay, how could, like, you want something to drink? You want something to eat? Because they just doing something for you.
It takes, but like, it takes time to build that, right? Even with me, when I started JWE, like, I had no desire to do a business, but I had to do the same thing. I was hanging lights, doing the sound, and I'm like at the soundboard and doing lights, but I also got to be on stage. So it's like once you learn those things and understand, you know exactly. And really, you're just setting the standard for what you expect.
It is
expectation. Right. And anyone who comes in your circle that's trying to be, they have to understand this.
And
is
they
the
have
level
to.
It has to be me.
And I'm
and
blessed. Like, and with me saying all the stuff that I've done, like I said, along the way during the journey, a lot of people have helped me. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, yes. At the end of the day, it's all left on me, but a lot of people have helped me. My mom has been a very, very key, you know, helpful with this. She don't know anything about the industry. So only thing she can do, and she be like, I want to help you more, but I don't know. Just tell me. And then, you know how you get to a point where I can't tell you. I have to just do it. You either, and it's not, and she used to get, you know, sad or mad about it. Like, you always want to do everything on your own, but I'm asking you to help. And I'm like, because at this point, in this right now, I can't show you how to do it. No. I need to, and so it was so funny. And to say this, my mother had said, like, we have done so much, and I was just like,
we?
She said, I put in. She said, I put in the same amount of work as you. And I had to say, Mommy, I love you. I love you, but what? And so she was really in her feelings because she didn't understand. I was like, okay, let me ask you a question. At 4 a.m., did you get out of the studio at 4 a.m., finish recording the song, get up to go to work, and then get prepared because you had a show the next day, then make sure that you met with this person as producers, getting tracks from all over the world, different. I said, okay, how many times have you done that? And she was like, but I was there when you was. I said, you're right. You know, sometimes we take our frustration out on the closest person to you. Yes, you've been there, but Mommy, no, you didn't put the same amount of work as me. But
it's
you
safe
helped.
to say that she was, you know, she's been probably one of many. Helping you and just keeping you motivated.
My Dukes be there.
Yes.
You have a good team around you, and like I said, but by me and Weeks working together, like I have a different view on the entertainment and just you know just artistry as a whole. So I know the stuff like he told me in the beginning, like, look, bro, I know who you think I am, but when I get into this, I'm a different space, and a lot of people can't handle that. So he can attest. We'll have conversations off air like man, you want to go out back, but I understand. Like, okay, you know, so it just gives me a different appreciation for. So when you have those people in your circle, it's always
a blessing, and it also shows on the people that do support you. And I had to give myself credit this year. I guess that's the next level that I'm on, because we do elevate, and I've realized that I've elevated to another level, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that. And I had to say, the people that show up for me now, like I would literally cry. Baby, I'm a big cry baby. I would cry if I reach out to somebody, because I don't ask for help.
Yeah.
I don't. If you know me over the years, I really don't ask for help. The most is like mostly like, you know, us partnering up or whatever. Even, you know, I know a lot of people in this industry. And I'm like, well, that person could just make one phone call and your life can change. But I won't ask them, because if somebody wants you to win, they're gonna want you to win. Right. And so recently in my live recording, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna ask for help, and it's still nothing. I was gonna ask for just a little help. And all I wanted was them to just send a drop of their true feelings of how they felt about me. Right. And when I purposely didn't watch the drops until like my live recording, until after. I think I only was able to watch one of them, which was Yandy's.
Yeah.
And
I seen
I was just crying just to see the things that people see of your grind, was your journey.
The Malcolm Jamal one?
Yeah, okay, exactly.
When I had Yandy in them, when they were signing Bonita. Yeah.
And that's not even, I mean, I still got like so many that sent them late, you know, black people. That's gonna be added to my my documentary. But the ones that was coming in from like, and they were like, wow, she knows these people. Yes, on this journey I've met a lot of different people, but I've never asked them to do anything that I couldn't do myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. When we get to a level where we could work together, then we work together. But I don't want nobody to say like, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
But that speaks volumes to you as a person, because if you weren't, true to yourself, and people didn't see, kind of the vision or supported you, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be doing those drops. You know what I'm saying? Like when I watched it, I was looking. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. We talking about the same person. Like, so, and it was genuine. It wasn't like rehearsed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No script.
The candid ones that people pay for.
Exactly. No. And I have to be clear. I didn't pay for these. Because
no, you could tell by it wasn't like they were like Bonita. Congrats! Like it was genuine. Like
wait, what's her name again?
Right. And I've seen candid ones. I'm like, you could have just texted me that. I'm straight.
Yeah. So,
but I want to take this moment. As an artist, I'm super protective as it comes to artists. But I want to take this moment to really just give you your flowers in this.
You might make me cry.
And I have a question to lead after that.
Okay.
But since I've known you and you've shared with me that you're an artist, I've known you to be working. There's not been a month. There's not been a year. There's not been a season where I have not seen you put in work, have a show. We always have to have shows at the same time, so we never get to go to your show. Right. But we both, hey, I see you. Like, we always shout each other out, big up, speak positive vibes. But I want to take this moment just to shout you out to say, man, you've done a lot in just the time I've known you. And you started way before that and will continue to go. So I first want to congratulate you and just salute to you for all the work that you've done thus far. But when I first met you in Verizon, you shared you do music. Like you told me, and I told you, look, I'm an actor, I do this. And we would have conversations just about art and, well, yeah, I know this person, I remember this, and this. And it was just a genuine vibe. And we've always had that type of connection. And so now to see you continuing to work. Like I know people that sing and rap and do all art forms, but they don't work as half as much as you, right? And it's not a knock, but it's saying like sometimes we're so critical on ourselves, but we gotta look at the other side of that coin. The other side of that coin is you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like you're doing it every day, bro. Like
so funny,
you're doing it every day, every week. You always got a show. You always book. #book. Like you're booked, right? So regardless of what anyone feels or think or has to say, I want to take this moment to pour into you to say, yo, you're doing it. So if you ever have a moment that you feel like you're not, from J Weeks, I'm saluting you. Keep doing your thing. We see you. We're watching you. Sorry to break you down, but it's just I don't want to wait for something significant to happen where I want to tell you this why I can see you in person, not on IG or TikTok. I want to definitely share that moment with you.
Man,
so
somebody got tissue.
Some tissue for you.
Come on, Angela. You gotta have tissue for me.
But so I guess to bring it back to you as a question. we know that how important God is into your life and how much you've sown. How are you able to sustain, to continue to grow and continue to go? Because you face so much and have grown so much, have experienced so much, and a lot of people would have thrown in the towel, but you're still here. So how are you able to still be successful throughout everything you've experienced to now, to this point?
You said it. 2 words. Only God. That's all. I don't even have to say nothing else.
Right.
But God.
Yeah. I mean, like, I literally had to talk. I was talking to my wife, like, yo, you know, wife is New Yorker, you know, y'all Brooklyn, you know, so, you know, BK. And so I was just talking, and she's like, oh, yeah, Bonita singing. Like, even, like, my sisters know, like, oh, that's Bonita. Like, because I played the song retro, so my kids know the song. Right? And so to see you still doing it and it's like, I know sometimes as artists, we always feel like, man, I could be here or I need to be this. But sometimes you got to look back and like, yo, I'm really doing I'm living my dream. You have people tell you, oh, you got to do this. And if I was you, I would do. They have all the recipes for your success.
Everybody can tell you.
Don't sow nothing. Don't show up to your shows. Don't put nothing in it. But they have the recipe for success.
Yeah, 100%.
Ain't never done that in their life, but they have the recipe.
Yeah.
But I want to shout you out for not listening to the naysayers, not feeding into everything that people have said. I know you've heard it.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have told you, you know, all you got to do is call this person. They can.
My own family, you know.
They the worst.
I mean, well, you're really good at writing. Maybe you should just
Yeah.
focus on the writing part. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're like, oh, you're not 20 anymore. You're getting in your 30s now. Like, okay, you still want to, yes. Because my testimony and my story is going to help somebody, you know, and so that's why I don't stop. And it's crazy because it's something that was told to a friend of mine through Russell Simmons. Like, it literally was, and I'm not quoting him, but like, oh, I know Russell Simmons. I've met him before. Yeah, that was cool. But
we've seen the pictures.
But I will say this. He said, like, if you continue to do your grind, and I'm saying this to you 2 weeks, you continue to do what you love, you continue to do it in some form or fashion, you're gonna get to do it. And might not be exactly how it looked when you first wanted to do it, but it's gonna be, you're gonna find your purpose. And each and every day as I continue to do this, I find my purpose. So yes, music is my first love. Yes, music is the, you know, got me here, but I'm not putting myself in a box of just music. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than all that. It's bigger than my thoughts of what I have. I see myself doing so much more. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. And when you keep going and you keep doing the work, the work will come to you. You know what I'm saying? Because God gives us the desires of our hearts. And so for me to do it this long, He's gonna give me the desire of my heart, and my heart may change. You know, so but it's still gonna be the desires of my heart.
And I say that all the time, man. People never respect the journey. They always see the reward. So to know, like, for us to be, you know, 7 seasons in, you know what I'm saying? You know, we've had people, you know, say, hey, man, they still doing this, like, or how they become successful. It's like nobody understands the work because, you know,
they don't know all the rejected DMs we got in. We'll get back to you. They don't know how many times we reach out to people and try to collab and no one will rock with us.
And then
they don't know the times that we try to do that. Now it's, hey, you want to go ahead and do this and this, like. You know, and it's just a testament to, like, you got to keep going.
Absolutely.
Like, it ain't your job to make people see. Your job is to fulfill your purpose and what God has for you. And look at it.
Yes.
Look at what you're doing, bro.
What? This is nothing. Now, this is just the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
But that's the thing. People only see the ending results. But it's just the same story happens over and over again. Everybody has the same story. It's from nothing to something. And it's always someone who didn't doubt it. And then everybody who comes, I remember when. Now, that's my girl. I know her.
That's my girl. Hey, cuz.
No, exactly. Knowing people in the industry and certain people, celebrities, I've had these conversations with them because I ask them, I might not ask them for help as far as like trying to help me get there, but I might ask them like, hey, how do you feel right now at this moment in your life? Or, you know, and so you get those little jewels and you take those and someone, you know, shout out to Bo Talley. She literally said, Bonita, you're just beginning. She said, God has so much more for you. She said, just know that she said they probably already started, and they have. She said, people going to know you more than you know yourself. She said, they're going to know how many cavities you have. They're going to know when your doctor's appointment is.
Right.
And so you just have to know. So I think that the timing with everything, like he's been building up my skin. He's been building up my spirituality. He's been building up my intuition. And so I always knew that I was gonna be. I still know, like, this is just beginning. I'm telling y'all now, mark my words. Like,
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Like, imagine knowing the ending. You know your ending. You see it, right? You already know the stages you're gonna be on. I already know. So the discouragement is not me giving up, like, on this journey. It's not because I know I'm not gonna make it. It's just the trenches and stuff you gotta go through to get there. But I already seen my endurance out. I already seen the tours. I already seen all of that. But I just never knew how I was gonna get there, when it was gonna get there. So no, I'm not over here saying I'm a psycho or anything like that, but I seen it. Like, God has showed it to me plenty of times, and it was just like, you know, like, I want it now. You know, we in the world like, I want it now. Exactly. And so I'm just in a content place, even still working at Verizon. Like, I was beating myself up for years. Like, why was I still working there? And I was just like, you know, no. All preparing me. Like, it's like, so my exit with everything is going to be in a perfect way. He's preparing me, so it's in a perfect way, because God is perfect. I might not be, but He is. So everything that He has set is going to be in a perfect way.
And my grandfather said all the time, man, there's a blessing in every lesson. So we always want things to happen, like right now. Like, I would call him, like, look, bro, like, this is not even on no being, you know, cocky. Like, look, man, what we got is special. Like, when is it our time? And then I had to sit back and think about, like, when it's time, He gonna let us know. And I mean, just the universe, just everything's been connecting for us to still keep doing it. So I always remember that my grandfather said, there's a blessing, and there's a lesson in every blessing. So,
man,
like,
y'all
I'm
don't
just
even
listening to
know.
you right now, like you said, you just
They don't even know.
Coming full circle. You know,
you don't even
You
know.
better talk about
And
it.
when you start seeing things for what they are, like, I don't know why I say I'm baffled, because sometimes I be like, oh, like, I just be in shock, like, because the way God works, it's like, God is absolutely amazing. Even down to, like, I pushed back a single like Black Rose. I pushed back my single to drop viral, which is my single that I just dropped. And just listening to the lyrics of Black Rose, I prophesized my whole thing of what's going on now in the lyrics. And
that
even
first bars you dropped, I know you only dropped the 30-second clip. I was like,
but even down to what you said, when is it gonna be my time? I literally said, when is it gonna be my time in the lyrics? Even down to I can go viral. Before viral was even, I said I could go viral on some bull. And then turn around and post new music. That's on the second verse of Black Rose. And then I'm viral. And so it was just like, I just be like, oh shoot. So timing is everything. That's what I'm saying. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. And time is not real. That's all I'm saying now.
So you talking about viral, right? The song just going popping. You had a moment where you literally went viral, right?
Multiple times.
and I mean, on every type of platform. And I will be honest, when I first saw it, like when I first saw the clip, I just like, oh, okay, I just saw it. But you know, because people do TikTok videos, so I didn't even think nothing of it. Right. And then when I'm like, hold on, like this is still, whoa, wait. I'm like, no, this is. But this is, I mean, we literally was on the phone like, yo, this is both. Like,
and some people didn't even know it was me. They was like, wait, is this real?
I saw it early in the day, and I was like, I just scrolled past, like, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, whatever. And then I was leaving. I'll never forget it. I was on the way home. I said, bro, call me crazy, but
I just seen Bonita.
I think Bonita was on, I forgot what platform. I was like, yo, did you see? He was like, man, yes, that's her. I was like, nah.
Yeah, because I was like, I like when I saw it, you know how when you follow people, it'll show you. So I just thought it was just your normal page. Yeah, and then I realized, like, hold on, this is not both. This is baller. Oh, wait a minute. And then it was just like, it just went crazy. Oh, my goodness. So, and you were very open and honest. And you've gone to several other platforms. We're not going to rehash all that. Yeah. But for what I know from you about, what I know about you, Bo, is that you're someone who's very private about your personal life, right? Like, it's one of those things, like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you just don't, right?
Right.
It's one of those things, you have to see it for it to happen.
Exactly.
So I want to ask you about that. Like, what made you want to come out and even talk about that? Because I know you to be a very private person. So what compelled you to kind of share that moment of what happened, of you having someone that you dated for 5 months.
Yeah.
Thought was gonna be the one,
Yeah.
and then come to find out the dude was all married,
Yeah.
wifed up and everything.
Double
right?
life, yeah.
Right. So what compelled you really in that
To
moment?
share it?
Yeah. Because I like it. I know you to be like, it's one of those things like you have to see you within someone to know. It's one of those unspoken things like with you.
Yeah. So what it was, so I didn't expect that to go viral. So it was like on TikTok. So TikTok the only one where I wasn't like, I didn't have, I honestly, I'm gonna quote you. I had at least maybe let's say 1,300 followers on TikTok. The most video views I would get would be like 200. You know what I'm saying? I would do the little TikTok videos. I would do the little TikTok stuff that everybody does. I would do the little memes. It's so funny because people going back like, you knew then or that. I'm like, man, I didn't even know this man.
Right.
Like, what the heck are you talking about? But you talking about for 5 years when TikTok first opened, but you know. But I was doing that, and so on TikTok I had started doing like those little things, and on TikTok I noticed that a lot of Black love stuff would be popular. And so when I finally let my wall down, because mind you, like people are like, oh, it's been 5 months, but like he chased me for like a year. So it was a thing where I was still dating and trying to figure out stuff, and you know, to find somebody in this industry that's down for you, with all this the working that I've been doing. You know, it's not that easy. So I started doing this little Black love thing on it, and I started off with the beginning of like, you know, getting to know each other, just like cutesy little videos. And I started noticing they were getting 400, 500, 1,000 views. And I was like, they might like us. And so I was like, babe, they like us. You know what I'm saying? He's like, ooh, let's do another one. We about to be TikTok famous. And I used to laugh about it or whatever. And so I deleted so many, like when it happened, I had deleted so many videos, and God said, stop. Like he told me stop deleting them because it needed to have some kind of substance for what's going on. So when that video went viral, it was because the only reason that it was even up there is because they knew, and my TikTok followers, my 200 of them, they had knew, so they were so happy. Like because I'm private, so I would talk like do little stories about going on a date with somebody and finding out he was whack, or going on a date with somebody, find out he had a girlfriend, and so they all knew how I was. And I would be like, I would post somebody like, oh, you got the cutest, and they knew I was a hopeless romantic. And so when I first started dating him, my few little followers was super happy for me and different stuff like that, because you know I wasn't posting him on my Instagram, I wasn't posting him on my Facebook, because that was my artist stuff. So TikTok was like a safe space for me. It was a personal safe space. Like it wasn't even my name. I literally just added my name to it recently when this happened. But I went by both. I didn't want people who knew me to know my TikTok, because I would be silly on there. I would literally be on my scarf and pajamas, and so that was my safe space. And so when I did that video, I wasn't even gonna post it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it started off so cute, because it was cute.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
that's where it was. I was in a happy pace. I was in a happy space. Like even down to that last day, like I don't have any complaints. I was in a happy space. I just did my recording. I was like starting to get popping. Things were starting to move for me, and I was just in a happy space. And then I finally found love. You know how we finally we sacrificed so much, and you're like, dang, I finally found it. I got my person. So it really was that happy space. And people are like, it was like I thought it was gonna be this is about to be the cutest little thing, you know, I'm thinking it's going to be, you know, everything, engagement on there, marriage on there, everything. We building this whole Black love. We about to be doing conferences. We going to do interviews together like this. We literally had an interview that was set up. It was crazy. And the interviewer was like, I can't believe this man was really going to go on this interview with you, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? And she got at least 30,000 followers. So she was in shock. Like she was in shock because she was there when we were setting up the interview and everything. So when I posted it, it was my cousin literally, I thank God for my little cousin Day Day. She literally, I was showing her, I was like, can you believe I was about to do this cute little video? And she was like, finish it. While tears is coming down my eyes and everything. And I was still in shock. It was like I was in shock. And so when I posted it, I didn't think it was going to go viral. I was just like, whatever, I'm posting it. My 200 little followers, and they're going to all be shocked, and they're going to be mad. And leave it at that. So basically it was because of her that I finished it, and thank God. So when I started telling everything, it was only because I had to, now I built the story.
Right.
Because now it went viral, but I want you to know because everybody
context
wasn't
of
on TikTok, you know.
Right.
So
you had to break it down
now, so now I want to be vulnerable because it's not about me anymore. Now it's about saving another woman who people say, "Oh, how you didn't know?" No, I didn't know, and it's just crazy because women all over the world are reaching out to me. I still have over 100 messages that I didn't, because I'm responding and talking to every single one of them because they took the time out to reach out to me. All I did was get my heart broke on social media, and they thinking I'm Oprah or something, you know, which is, you know, absolutely amazing. That's how I said nobody but God could have did something like that. And it's women are saying, like, I get so mad when someone says how you didn't know, or it's only been 5 months. These women are sending me stories and books. You got women who lived with a man for 3 years. You got women who you know, was intertwined in their lives. You got women who, you know, found them from high school, went back, you know, so you got women from all over the world, even some men. I had a man who told me he did that to his wife now, he's been married for 50 years, and he did that to his wife now. And, you know, surprised, you know, she stayed, but that's on her, you know, to each his own. So it was just letting me know that because of them, that's how I'm able to heal even faster. Because I thought I was past the hump. I am past the hump because God is good. But last night, you know,
how you doing
for days, you know, I cried myself to sleep, but it was the healing of reading these stories and going into the studio and recording and, you know, responding to these women and getting these positive messages. And you got some trolls, of course, but not looking at those, the negativity. Overall, the positive.
Definitely women were, hey, you know, I'm so sorry this happened to you.
Yeah, and that's because they heal it. But it's still not easy. At the end of the day, people see it as, oh, you went viral. Yeah, but this is my real life.
Right. This is not a
something real. So, yeah, like, people don't know the behind it. Yeah, y'all see me on Back to the Basics again. You know, it's a Black to the Basics again, but y'all don't know, like, this could have happened anyway because y'all would just talk about the music. Like, just, you know, everything is not going to be because of that. And it's going to be an afterthought after a while. It's going to be a side note after a while.
And that's one of the things that, when I looked at it, like, some of the comments where they're like, oh, she's trying to, you know, do this to promote her music. I'm like, she's been doing this for 20 years. Like, so it's not like she needed that. And one of the things I always thought is like, well, this is just going to be a blip. Like, in 10 years, no one's going to be like, hey, you're the girl who went viral. Like, they're going to be like, hey, that's one song you on. I seen you on stage. Or
I have women yelling at me. It was so funny because I love them. But I had just like 2 ladies yell at me like, why did I have to find you this way? But I love you, and I'm so happy I found you.
Because there's so much so much positive things as far as like with the music. Now, I just was, you know, I was curious as far as like the song viral. You know, I listened to it. You can hear the you know, the rawness in it. Like, it was real emotion in that song. What was that process making that song?
Man.
That's what we need to hear. How were you able to create? I mean, you're still in the moment of doing that, and you created a song. Like, talk to us about that.
Honestly, that's like hearing viral. You know, you would think that when you hear it, it rehashes those memories. Like, I feel like I still have PTSD of that night because I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I still see the door, I still see the gun, I still see everything. Right. And every time I hear that song, I feel like I see it, but I'm here. Like, I feel healing, you know, when I listen to that song. I feel like when somebody else listens to this song, they're going to be like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. This is going to go, I want that to go viral just like the drama went viral.
Yeah.
So performing that song was the biggest blessing. I'm going to be honest with you. I started it on TikTok because I went viral on TikTok. So I just started writing it on TikTok, and I didn't even come up with the song. I did like a poll to see, you know, ask them. My father's gonna call me 100 times. To ask them, you know, what did they think the name should be, and they all picked viral, and so that's when. So being that it started from TikTok, I decided I wanted them to be a part, and so now they're invested in it. And so I feel like someone told me years ago, like, Bonita, you could kill a stage. You're a real singer. You're a real entertainer. But sometimes we in a world of, you know, people need something to relate to, and I feel like this just gave them something to relate to, something to invest in.
People go through this, like, you know, for instance, like, you know, artists like this, like Mary J. Like, I think what makes her relatable in the same scenario, like, okay, that's someone that has gone through something like
she's sharing that,
even from. I mean, I just think that the genius behind just you using your emotion to put it out in a positive way, even from the album cover. Like the cover art, like, this was from the car. Like I said, I was still in shock. Like I said, when I called, like, bro, like, nah, that ain't.
Yeah,
we were like this
right,
like
like,
we were just like shocked, like to the point, like I said. So, but for you, and when you sent me the track, I put my words. I ain't gonna say what I say, but I spoke life into you in that moment. Like this, you gotta make it happen with this. But I heard the song too. A lot of your New York came out. My wife was like, "Oh yeah, she's definitely from New York." Right? We listened to it like, "Oh yeah, she's definitely from New York in there." So dope song. Had like a Kelly Price feel to it, real like melodic. But kudos to you for taking that moment and not just wallowing in woe is me and just feeling like, oh, my life is over. And you could have, you could have sat down, you could have let life happen. You could have tried to fight every troll, but you chose that moment to be a teachable moment, to learn from that, to share with other women, to empower to that. So as we come to a close, we got to learn a little bit more about what has happened in this 2.5-year span. We got to hear about some of your music. There may be someone listening to this that have never heard you or may have heard you before and just want to know, what can we look forward to? What do you want to leave the people with? We're going to leave this last little segment for you. Okay. Whatever you want to say to the people, your camera is there. You can leave them with. Make sure at the end, though, you leave your handles on that. We'll drop that. But just go ahead and talk to the people.
I just want you to understand that, we live in a world of everybody sharing everything, right? But it's a gift to be able to share something and to be able to experience somebody's experience in life at the same time that they're experiencing it. So I just say, give me grace as well as give yourself grace, because if this situation talks to you, a lot of people are relating to it. Some people saying like, is that the same? Asking me if is that Tommy? So just know, like, everything happens for a reason. You guys are just being able to meet me, and you guys are going to be able to see the glow up happen at the same time. But this is a journey that a lot of people was already on. So welcome. I'm happy to have you. This is the Bonita Jalane experience. And so, just keep in touch. Please reach out to me. I will respond as much as I can. I'm very down to earth, and I'm not just saying that. If you see me at a show, come talk to me. If you come to a show, support independent artists. If the music touches you, if you feel it and you love it, I would love to have you as part of the team, and let's just do this together. Like, let me be a part of, you could say that I knew her or I reached out to her. She responded to me something. I want everybody to feel like, Bonita, that's my girl, so that's where I'm at. So follow me at Bonita Sings. Everything is Bonita Jalane. If you go to my website, bonitajalane.com, you could, I'm doing it myself, so give me time. Okay. I don't have the web grace. So I put up stuff and pictures as, I update it as much as I can right away when it's happening, but it's happening fast. And I can say that it's happening fast, and I'm just happy to have everybody that's on this journey. So buckle up, because it's just getting started.
Just only the beginning. And I want to say one last thing to you before you go is, I had the pleasure to meet you before the first time. I followed your journey since then. So I got the music on my phone. Yay. But you mentioned something earlier, and I just want to reiterate it. Like, you have your purpose. Yeah. You are walking in that purpose, and don't let anybody, deter you and take you off that road, because that road is special, and it's special to you. Yeah. Everybody's got to run their race, and I am a fan. I am a supporter. I'm happy to see.
She can't folk.
She can't folk over here. So we're glad to have you back on again. And this is not gonna be the last time, people. So go check her out. Check the music. It's dope. Like
we're gonna pull up to one of her live shows.
Yes, that's gonna be.
We're gonna do a live episode.
Yes, I love it. And guess what? Everybody price going up. Let's go.
Hey, yesterday's price
is not today's price. That's it.
So, Bo, man, you already know how I feel about you. I already spoke that. We definitely appreciate you for coming back.
Of course.
Back to the basics.
All you had to do was ask. You already know.
Right.
I was like,
send a message. You was like, yo, sit, let's go.
And I wasn't even Hollywood. I was like, just speak to my publicist.
Oh, yeah. But you see, I understand protocol. I like, say less.
Exactly. But you already know. It's a go. It's a go.
Here we go. So, no, we're definitely excited, thankful for you to come back, B2B, share your experience, share with the world. Hey, y'all got to see it right here on B2B. This is a testament to what can happen if you push and grind and just believe in yourself.
Yes.
So shout out to you, bro.
Yes.
Shout out to Ken
Shout
for
out
checking
to
you
y'all.
out.
Shout out to B2B.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all flowers.
We'll take
Y'all
it.
doing y'all thing. I'm so
Appreciate it.
proud. When you put it in Google, guess what? B2B comes up when you search Bonita
right.
Jalane too.
Hey.
Okay.
Many nights.
Listen, okay, that's not easy. You can't just get on Google like that.
Right.
So shout out to y'all, and keep doing what y'all doing. Like this is just beginning for y'all too. And yeah, let's go.
Let's get it. So y'all know where to follow her. Y'all know where to follow us. B2B_podcast. Kinfolk, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
Absolutely.
But remember, when I talk, you talk, we talk. That's that free talk right here on the People's Podcast. Peace. Catch y'all next week.